Wild Weekend. I'm your host, Byron Goggin. I'm on Lake Charlevoix, Michigan, and just when you thought you'd seen everything, I met this group of divers from Scuba North. Unbelievable. How's the water?
It's different. Not everybody does it, and people look at you funny when you tell them what you do.
They just think we're nuts.
It isn't for everybody. It's an overhead environment, so people, as they progress with their diving skills, have a need to dive year-round.
I just remember watching 18 inches of ice sliding past my face as I was kind of going down. I was thinking, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy.
They're talking about ice diving, of course, and it might not be as crazy as what you might think. Scary sometimes, but definitely not crazy.
In ice diving, if you're properly prepared with ropes and you're communicating with the topside people, diving under the ice can be just as safe. But when you look up and you see the air bubbles that you release and it's trapped under the ice, it gives you that sense of danger because you are in a confined space, not so much in and around a shipwreck, but looking up to that small hole, which when you dive in, could be anywhere between 4 to 16 feet in diameter. Once you get in and you get down 30, 40, 50 feet, that hole that you're looking up to looks no more bigger than this right here.
You look up and the light just magnifies through the ice, for one. Your air bubbles look like mercury as they hit the ceiling of the ice. It can be a little spooky, though, knowing that basically if something happened, you're covered. However, you are on a line, you're tethered, and they can get us out in under 10 seconds if necessary.
What we do is we build in redundancy. It's an overhead environment, so we have backup tanks with regulators. In case one regulator fails, they can simply go to the other regulator.
This is cool.
They're tethered to the surface. There's two people, no more than two people in at a time, no more than 100 feet of 3/8 polypro line. And we have a third person who's a safety diver. He's also got a redundant system, and he's able to go 150 feet. We also teach the students how to do self-rescue if they come separated for whatever reason. So there's a lot of benefit to the class. They can't just get away with it every time. If something goes wrong, they have to know what to do.
Beyond all of this, there is a simple reason for ice diving, other than the extreme aspect of it.
Diving in summertime, you've got the wind and the waves, and that stirs up the bottom, and that makes visibility pretty tough. But in the wintertime, once you get down under the ice and you're able to see the wreck for the first time before any other diver gets to it, before we fin kick the silt up, your visibility is remarkable. 100, 150 feet, and in this case here, trying to dive the Keuka, you're looking at the ship from the bow to stern, which is 179 feet long. Visibility is incredibly great.
It was called the A.J. Stewart. Changed hands once after about 15 years and was called the H.J. McAvoy. And its final years it was used pretty much as a party boat, renamed the Keuka, K-E-U-K-A. And as a party boat, they took this 173-foot long vessel and they laid maple decking, put a dance floor, covered it, put a generator on it, and they used that for coming out during Prohibition and having gala parties. What happened was, as the ship got older, was not any longer in use for commerce, it would float high and the boards would dry and the cracks would open up, and then as the people would get on board, it would sink just far enough that the boards would start to swell, but not fast enough, and water would seep in. Apparently, after one night in August of 1932, not a bad night, just an average night, the ship took a nosedive.